Hey, what's up? It's me, Jessica Jane. I was just wondering if you've ever sat and thought to yourself, Jessica, how can I tell if she likes me but doesn't think she's worthy of me? Well, if so, I'm glad you asked because I do have plenty of instances like this in my life. But having spent the holidays on the Jersey Shore, it brought me back to the very first time I really liked a guy, but I didn't think I was good enough for him. So to make sure you never miss out on another opportunity to catch these signals that she's giving off, which doesn't mean shit anyway, because what can you really do with signals? Don't wait around for signals. Or another one of my videos. Wait for my videos. Don't wait around for signals. But don't miss out on another one of my videos by hitting that subscribe button and that notification bell. Cool, I done fucked that up, but let's spice things up. It's 2024. Okay, so if you know that you're in a place where you genuinely aren't sure how you're coming off to the women you want, and you need signals like these, I'll tell you right now, take my quiz, jessicajdating.com/quiz, which explains how attractive you are to the women you want. Fuck these signals, let's find out how attractive you are, let's find out the gaps and what to do about them. After you're done taking the quiz, you will get you a result and you will get what you can do about it based on where on that level you are. Does that make sense? You're gonna be a 2.5, a 5, a 7.5, or a 10. So depending on what you're missing in regards to getting and keeping the women you truly want for yourself, I'm gonna give you step-by-step ways on filling in those gaps and filling in her hole. Jesus, Jessica, Jesus. But you get what I'm saying. jessicajdating.com/quiz. Okay, so I wish, I don't think he watches these. I'm pretty sure he doesn't watch these. But when I was in college in the Jersey Shore, I met this boy and he was he was perfect to me. He was like the ultimate Guido. He sold ecstasy. Everybody loved him. He was up in the club every weekend, possibly like 3 days out of the week. He was like, I don't know, he made so much money from drug dealing in high school. So he drove, I forget what he drove. I think he drove a Mercedes. Again, we were like fucking 18-year-old kids. And he was pre-law. Fast forward, he actually did end up becoming a lawyer like on Wall Street. And he was summa cum laude. He graduated top of his class and still like partied all the time. He was such an inspiration. Oh my goodness. Anyway, I digress. Looking at this man, I thought I was way not in the same league as him. I don't know, like what's the opposite of out of his league? I thought he was super out of my league. But he and I developed this friendship, and I don't know how we developed this friendship. I think we met on orientation day at Rutgers University. And I don't know, we were in the same group as about 4 of us, and we just became friends, even though I liked him so much. Like, I was very aware, or in my head I was aware that I was in the friend zone, and I was totally fine with that. And I gave off all these signs I'm about to tell you now. So the first one is, she's always there to talk, but is super tight-lipped about herself. So one thing, I was about to use his real name. Let's call him Dan. He was dating all these super fine fucking chicks. He was showing me pictures all the time, talking to me about them all the time. And I was like, oh, well, Dave, I'm here to talk whenever you want. And he would always talk about like the trials and tribulations of these girls who were always breaking his heart or like who were super crazy. And I was always there to talk. I was always there to be a supportive ear, you know, a friend. But whenever he asked me about me, I was super tight-lipped because I didn't want to come off as not good enough for him. In a way, I didn't want him to hear anything about my life because I didn't think anything about my life compared to his. So she really does have feelings for you, but like, you're a really awesome, intimidating man and you were like the ultimate man. She will probably be there for you as much as she can, but won't really give much of herself and like details about her life. Which then brings me to number 2, which is something I did all the time, is she puts down other girls in your life or that you've dated. Again, this is her trying to build herself up by putting the other girls down. Like, hey, look at me, those girls suck. Maybe if I can convince you that those girls suck, you'll see that I should suck you off next. Anyway, yeah, so Dave was always, I said his real name. Yeah, so Dan was always, so he was always, he had mad girls all the time. He was in a frat and he, again, was like the man about town. Like everybody knew him. Anytime we like hung out, got lunch together, went to the dining hall, people knew him everywhere we went. So you bet your ass, anytime a girl came around, I would have something nasty to say about her, or I'd make fun of her. Or if he would mention girls to me, I would always like roll my eyes. Because again, she doesn't want to think about you with other girls. And this is the best she could do, is convincing you that other girls aren't for you. Now, the third one is a little confusing, but she rejects your advances. Here's the thing. Dan came on to me all the time. All the time. And I loved it every time. But I, would be like, no, oh my God, I don't see you like that. Because to me, it was like, I don't know, like I didn't want to just be a nail and bail. And I thought that's what it was going to turn into. I thought, I would want to keep him around as friends because I didn't want to have to become one of those girls he cycled through. So it meant something to me that we had this thing that didn't involve sex. Because given I thought he was too good for me, I still wanted him in my life. And I felt like if we had sex, then I would just become another girl in his life. And I didn't want that. And if she is rejecting your advances, but she's still around and she's still doing like number 1 and 2, and then you'll see 4 and 5, then chances are she just really doesn't think she's good enough for you and also doesn't want to become that to you. Number 4 is she kind of idolizes you, but again, herself remains mysterious. Maybe she talks up how awesome you are. She makes you feel so good about yourself. She's there for you. She cheers for you. I can't tell you like how many times me and this dude celebrated his accomplishments. Or I was always like, oh my God, yeah, you're like seriously the best. Like, I can't believe that girl said that to you. You're like perfect. You're like the total package. Like, I'd always say shit like this to him. But again, I never talked about myself. So a lot of times you think you're being friend zoned. She is really just putting herself in that friend zone to still be around you. And a good way to see this is if she is so good to you. And the fifth one, I'm so sorry if you ever do see this, Dan, but it's she disappears and reappears all the fucking time. Listen, the reason this happens is because ideally she likes you, but she doesn't think she's good enough for you. So like, what is she even doing? She doesn't want to upset you by leading you on. So she will like stop. She will disappear. She will realize that she's in no place to like keep like sticking around if you are trying to make a move and stuff. So she will disappear and she will come back off the basis of like, oh my God, I miss you. Let's hang out. I did this all the time. I did this all the time for like 6 years. But really is I didn't want to get my heart broken from him. And I'm pretty sure we did hook up a bunch of times. And I would always say like, oh my God, no, I was just drunk. But I always used that excuse. We might have hooked up like twice. We made out here and there throughout the 6 years. We were like friends, but I think we hooked up like once. I don't remember. I'm sorry, I don't remember, Dan. But again, I use the I'm drunk excuse. And if y'all want to know how that turned out, he and I actually had this conversation 3 years ago. He reached back out after us losing touch after Rutgers. And he was like, I don't understand. Like, I liked you so much. I wanted you so bad. I didn't understand what was going on because I thought you liked me sometimes, but then I was confused. And I basically explained to him that I had no self-esteem when it came to him. And I just saw him as this like perfect package of a man that I basically explained everything I explained to you here, and he was just floored. He was like, so you're telling me I lost out on you because I was just too great of a human being? And that's essentially what it was. He was just so great of a guy. I couldn't handle how much better I thought he was than me. So yeah, would things be different now if he came back around? I genuinely don't know. We were really good friends. Like, I can't stress that enough. We've like had sleepovers, reading books to each other, watching movies, watching shows, where nothing happened. Like, we were that tight. And yeah, I think if I had better self-esteem, I probably would have tried to be with him, or I would have like wanted to be with him so bad. But here's the thing, what could you really do about this? That's not your problem. And that's what I try to explain to Dan. Yo, there was nothing you could do about it, which is why I tell you guys not to worry about signs and signals. You gotta worry about what you want to do for yourself when it comes to the women you want. And if she is playing games and not reciprocating, that's not a woman you want. So to find out just how attractive you are to the women you want and find out what to do about it, if you are not top tier level 10 to those ladies, jessicajdating.com/quiz. I'll give you that score right after that quiz and tell you exactly how to handle it. So be on the lookout for these 5 things, but it won't really give you much unless you like want to confront her about it. And yeah, thanks for watching as always. I'll see you guys next time.